what do we mean with functional flourishing? Let's go to the next slide on that as well. Functionality flourishing is really all about the consumers looking for functionalities in the food and in the food ingredients that they use. And why is that? And maybe it's good to look at the market and consumer dynamics at this point in time in health. What we see on one hand is that there's a growth in preventable and treatable diseases and health conditions. And that's driven by all kinds of macro trends. You can think about changing demographics, a more aging population that has more needs with respect to health, but also the fact that healthcare systems are under pressure everywhere, and that it's not always easy to get access to health systems, to doctors and nurses. And then there's the fact of changing diets. So this all drives this growth of preventable and treatable diseases. And on the other hand, the consumer that sees that takes more ownership and responsibility for their own health. And they also educate themselves in the science behind ingredients and by food, and to see how can they make themselves take care of making an impact on health through their foods. And an example of that, for instance, is probiotics, where people are looking much more into. So as an industry, it's very important to understand the customer needs, the benefits that they're looking for, and make sure that our technologies and ingredients are suited for that. And if we look in a bit more detail in this area, and we see that it's actually a very active area. So we as an industry altogether, where we produce a lot of products that are aimed to help consumers proactively to manage their health. And what we see as a sort of highlights is that the immediate need states, so the immediate benefits that people are looking for, are trending. Things like beauty, weight management, but also things that directly link to immunity or energy, like Lisa also explained. Mood and sleep, which are more cognitive, those are the need states that people are really looking for solutions. We also see an interesting combination of halo and hero ingredients. And halo ingredients, those are the ingredients that resonate with the consumer. They believe that those ingredients have an impact on their health, and that can come from tradition or from culture. On the other hand, the customers and the consumers, they're also really looking for proven benefits, so clinically relevant benefits. And those are the hero ingredients. And actually, what would be great if you can combine a halo and a hero ingredient, both making sure that the consumer is served from a more emotional perspective, but also from a more clinically relevant perspective. And you see on the right side of this slide, you see some examples of where halo and hero are very much aligned. For instance, in the omega-3 fatty acids, where the consumer also understands and feels that those fatty acids are related to heart health and vision and eye health. And that's, of course, also very well proven. And on the other hand, an example of apple cider vinegar, when there's a strong emotional binding to this ingredient from the consumer, while maybe the clinical evidence behind that is still developing. And last but not least, specificity is important. So consumers are really looking for something that fits to their needs, their specific health needs, but also specific type of products that they like, or for specific times of the day. And all this together, of course, will bring a successful concept to the market.